They bam what you?
They bamboozled me.
Oh, bamboozled. I thought you said bam-wizzled, and I was like, hello? That's not a word.
It could be, though.
Bam-wizzled. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the inaugural episode of Throw Pillows and Blaster Fires. Pew pew.
Yeah. Today, we're talking about Epic Universe.
Epic Universe. We are talking about Epic Universe. Since this is the inaugural episode, do you want to do a quick rundown of what this is supposed to be? Like what we're here for?
Yeah. What are we here for?
What does Throw Pillows and Blaster Fires mean to you?
Okay. So, it's kind of a quirky title, right? Throw Pillows represents the coziness of us and the coziness of the cozy aesthetic, the cozy vibes that we are trying to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Cozy space.
Yeah, not like throwing pillows.
No.
Like for you non-home decor people, we're not throwing pillows. They're throw pillows to make things look nice.
Yes.
We're also leaning on them. They're in the background.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of just using mine for cushion.
And then Blaster Fire, we're probably, more than likely, going to talk about mostly nerdy stuff.
We are huge nerds.
We're big nerds, and we're probably going to spend most of our time here talking about said nerdy stuff. So,
nerd things.
Yeah, that's kind of what the title means. Throw pillows and blaster fire. We're here. We're lounging.
Oh, for sure. So if
we're
anybody
comfy,
has any deep nerdy questions that you're like, I've been watching these movies, I've been reading these books, what the heck is the deal with this? Throw them out there. We probably won't know the answer, but we'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, today we are talking about Epic Universe because we just went there last weekend. We are so we've been Universal Orlando Resort annual pass holders for a couple years now. And so I've been like following the Epic Universe thing since literally like not even as long as some people. They announced it in 2019, I think is what
like
people have been saying.
Yeah.
It finally opened this year. I found out about it in 2022 in the break room at Target while I was like scrolling Facebook. I'm like, what? They're building a new park? And then I was there for like the announcements of what the new lands were going to be. And I started getting excited.
Yeah.
And then I was like, shoot, I'll have to just wait 3 years for it to get built.
And the 3 years went by really fast.
It wasn't quite 3 years. It was like 2.5 years.
It went by really fast.
But shoot, dang, it did.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't have passes last year.
That's
so
true.
We just like skipped a whole year.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Universal time.
I forgot about that. Yeah, so we went a weekend ago. I tried to not like see any spoilers or anything because I wanted to kind of go in blind, if you will, and like not have seen anything. I waited pretty long, but TikTok being TikTok, I did see like some Ministry of Magic stuff and some other stuff before we went. So
yeah, ditto. I mean,
yeah.
I watched I had already seen all the like virtual fly-throughs of everything.
Yeah, but you sat down and intentionally watched those, and I was like, no,
they were
I don't want to.
They were easily accessible, and I did not have the self-control to not watch them.
I tried, but it didn't work out. So, anyways, we went last weekend. We kind of made a whole weekend out of it because it was our anniversary, our first wedding anniversary trip.
First
that we were taking.
Wedding anniversary.
And so we went for the weekend. We only went to Epic Universe for a day, though. We stayed at the new Stella Nova. We're not going to spend most of our time talking about this, but we did stay at the Stella Nova, and that was great. So we were lucky. We stayed on the side of the hotel that you could see. You had a view of Epic Universe. Now, it's like, what, a mile or two away?
Like a mile.
Like a mile
max.
away.
It's like 0.8 miles away.
Right. But aesthetic of the hotel is really fun. It's like a space. It's like space themed, kind of.
Yeah, it's like you're in a cool like space hub space station.
Yeah.
If you've never seen Passengers, have you? That movie with Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence.
No, I have not.
There's in that movie, it takes place on this starship that's going from Earth to like a new Earth where they're trying to like make human civilizations or like colonies. And the whole movie takes place on this ship that's in transit between Earth and this new place. And the whole aesthetic of it kind of like reminded me of the Starship Avalon. Like everything's just like white and clean and curved. And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was fun. They had a lot of like accent lighting in the rooms, which was cool.
Yeah,
You don't see a lot of hotels with like
that's true.
accent light, especially like budget hotels. Like it wasn't any more expensive than like staying at like a Hilton or a Hampton Inn.
Well, I think yeah. I mean, I think everything just felt nicer too because it was brand new.
That's
You
true.
know, those
Except for
things
the speaker that was
those things will
blown.
fade, yeah.
I wrote a review because I got an email and it was like, "How was your stay at Stella Nova?" And I was like, "Well, it was wonderful," but also like, there was this speaker that was like all warbled, like it wasn't plugged in right. And
Of course, you had to say
here's the
something
thing,
about the
no,
speaker.
I actually didn't put it in the review. They bamboozled me. So the only spot to write a comment was right at the beginning.
They bam what you?
They bamboozled me.
Oh, bamboozled. I thought you said bam whizzled, and I was like, hello? That's not a word.
It could be though.
Bam whizzled. That's what I thought you
That's
said.
gonna come back later.
Yeah.
No, but so there was one spot to like write a comment. And I missed it. I had already advanced past it because it didn't look like that was like the "is there anything else you'd like to say" part of
Sure.
the thing. Um, and so I submitted it, but then I got a response back from like a dude, and he was like, "Hey, thank you so much for your review. Like it'll be shared with our staff. If there's anything else you need, like let us know." And I'm like, somebody might actually read this email if I respond to it. So I was like, "Hey, I forgot to mention this one thing. There was above the lounge area in the Cosmos Cafe. There was a speaker that wasn't quite right. I'm like, it didn't sound like it was blown. Just sounded like it wasn't hooked up properly. So somebody might want to check that out."
Yeah.
So it didn't go in my review. It went in an email.
I see. I see. So we stayed at the Stella Nova. We stayed at the Stella Nova, and then the next morning we went to Epic Universe. We got early access because we stayed in a Universal resort, right? So we got in an hour early,
Yeah.
which was really nice. I mean, I don't really know how much that benefited us, like in the grand scheme of things, but um,
I think it helped us get on Mario Kart earlier.
so the only land that was open early was Nintendo World,
I think we should
right?
just move through the park kind of space to
Okay,
space
no, no,
and
no, no,
just
no.
talk
But
about.
what I wanted to ask, so
Okay.
what was your overall thoughts? Like what are your brief overall thoughts of
Okay.
Epic Universe?
My brief overall thoughts of Epic Universe. Um First of all, wow. Second of all, immersive. Um it was odd because clearly it was a theme park that was built for a lot of people and there weren't a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Especially in the middle section in Celestial Park. Like you can fit a lot of people in there and they just weren't there. Partially because the park was operating at 50% capacity
Right.
for
I think
preview.
it's
But
important to note that we were there during the preview period and
right.
not when the park actually opened. Sorry.
But also because everybody is in the lands mostly. And
Yeah.
Celestial Park is huge and wide open, but it's not like a place for people to like do stuff.
Yeah.
So they just weren't there.
Sure.
Um,
Okay, overall thoughts, overall thoughts.
but so it was strange to me that we
Yeah.
were in this huge brand new theme park and half of it just seemed empty.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
But no, but the food was great, the vibes were great, the music was fantastic. We'll get to that later. Those are I don't know. Is that overview enough
Yeah,
thoughts for
yeah.
you? What were your overview thoughts?
Um
Okay.
Pia.
A good a time as any
Making
for
an
introductions.
appearance.
So we have two cats.
Yep.
We have Pia, the older Tortie. She is loud. She gets in the way of things, but she likes to cuddle. So she'll probably be here a lot.
Screaming, more than
Um,
likely.
The other one that I think you can see in my shot over here is Lennon. He is the younger tabby orange cat, Gato. And he likes to sleep. So they'll be here.
Yep.
They'll just be chilling. It's a little perk.
The throw pillows. Cozy. Yeah. Okay, my overall thoughts. I thought it was great. And I think a good way to summarize it would be I have said this before, but I'll say it again. I never understood Disney adults very much until I went to Epic
Mm-hmm.
Universe. And now I'm starting to kind of understand. I've never felt like such a child with like
Mm-hmm.
pure, like giddy, my mouth hanging open and like a huge grin on my face. Just like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the magic of it.
Yeah.
Um, we laughed, we cried, 10 out of 10. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I I wouldn't say I think okay. So I didn't necessarily feel like a child walking through there. Um
I think it just brought back like childish emotions that
mhm.
I probably haven't felt in a long
Yeah.
time.
I don't know, I feel those all the time.
Ah, well,
Uh I think well it was very similar to like just walking into Islands of Adventure or Universal Studios for the first time because you were
yeah,
with me the first time I went to
I
those parks
was,
too.
yeah.
It was our first unofficial date. Um it was an expensive one.
Yeah.
The like we were like walking into the park and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it's Bubba Gumps." And you were like, "Oh, you're in for a nice treat if you just see Bubba Gumps
Yeah.
across the road and you
Yeah.
get excited."
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Okay, so we started off the day in Super Nintendo World.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Super Nintendo World?
Oh gosh. I mean, that was the moment we walked in to that land, and like I feel like immersive is an understatement. They
Mm-hmm.
have the music blaring. You can't see any other lands when you walk in. Like the Super Nintendo World is it. Everything's moving around, like there's so many different levels and there's like people and everything is really colorful and I'm surprised I wasn't like overstimulated, to be honest. But we walked in there and it just felt like we were not real people anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know, like I guess immersive is what I would say, but
Yeah.
I think that that's an understatement. And
Yeah.
that's the moment that I was just had this dumb grin on my face and we were just like looking around like, is this real? We were both just like giggling and like having such a great time. And I thought, yeah, I thought it's super, super, super well done.
So it was wild. I think it was Super Nintendo World was definitely the best entrance into one of the lands, into
Mm,
all of them.
yeah, I agree.
Except, I mean, I don't know. The portal for Dark Universe is really impressive. Just the way it like the like dead tree just like cascades down around it is
Mm,
really cool,
yeah.
and it's perfect. But the the escalator going up into it through the green tube with the sound effects,
Hmm.
and then you come out into like Peach's castle, and
And you're like,
there's the it's funny because there's like the Peach's Castle like theme song, and I
hmm,
can't even remember off the top of my head how it goes,
sure.
but it's very iconic.
Yeah.
And then you walk out the doors of Peach's Castle, and it's like you're like the music was such a marquee thing, like the classic Super Mario Bros. Theme, but like updated to like a big band sound with
Mm,
like trumpets and drums
yeah.
and like your marimbas and like everything all together. It was like because the theme song started as like the 8-bit theme song,
Sure.
but it's been elevated to this like 21st century
Yeah.
masterpiece of audio art.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. But then what got me, and this is what I've been telling people about it, is like you step out, and since so Super Nintendo World already has 3 levels to it.
Hmm.
It's not really three
Which I
levels. It
love.
only operates on 2 levels, but there's like a halfway platform.
I love the levels.
It was really cool. Well, what is crazy about it, and they could have just called it Super Mario World, because they built it like you are stepping into a level of the Super Mario platformer game.
Mm,
Like everything you'd see, because they have all these moving pieces up around it,
yeah.
and there's like a whole Koopa that's just like waddling this way and then turns around and goes in this. They're just going back and forth. The Goombas are doing the same thing. They're doing their waddle like back and forth, but between like blocks on a little platform. And then there's like a green shell that's like spinning, that's just going back and forth. Like Mario's already jumped on it and moved on, and it's just spinning and moving back and forth. And you look up there, and there's like the 3 coins that are all just spinning in place, waiting to get picked up. And it's like you just feel the videos don't even capture it. You just
That's
feel like you
true.
walked into like
Yeah.
you're in a level of the Super Mario platform.
Yeah, I think that is
And it was incredible.
very true that the videos that I've seen don't really do it justice.
Mhm.
Like, because I had seen videos of it.
Me
And I
too,
was sad that I had seen videos of it, and I was like, oh, it's going to be ruined. No.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
the videos don't compare at all to like being there in person.
It was crazy. And then Donkey Kong Country, I would hate to work in there because the song does
You'd
not
tune
change.
it out after a while, I think. But
Probably.
anyways, the first thing that we rode when we went there was
Mario Kart Bowser's
Mario
Challenge.
Kart Bowser's Challenge. And what were your thoughts on that?
Well, that was probably my favorite queue of the day.
We spent the most time there.
Bar none. Yeah, we did spend the most time in there.
The ride broke down
It did, yeah.
temporarily.
It was at, what was it? It was at like 50 minutes when we got in there, or like 60 minutes.
It was more than that. It was
It was
like,
probably like 60 minutes.
yeah.
And we kind of went in and we were like, you know what? It's probably not going to be any lower than this at any point in the day. So
Yeah.
we might as well just get in line now.
Right.
Which we did. And it was so good. All the, like the first half of it was all like Mario Kart, like memorabilia. Like you walk through this room that has the giant, like the MKTV, like reporting van.
Yeah, you really liked that room. I thought it was I don't know.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, underwhelming.
I liked that room. Well, because
It's cute.
I'm also like an audio video guy.
Sure.
And we play Mario Kart 8 all the time.
We do.
And a big thing that was like new for Mario Kart 8 was like, we're like, there's like Mario Kart TV and there's everyone's filming things and there's like camera crews.
Right.
Like you're like, you know, in the Daytona 500 or something.
Right.
And so it was just really hilarious that there was a full scale MKTV like news van.
Yeah.
With a satellite coming off the top of
Yeah.
it and like trusses with cables everywhere and lights.
Yeah.
I liked that room.
So
I thought it
yeah,
was cool.
we are big Mario Kart people. We play a lot of Mario Kart, and so I think that probably helped with how much we loved everything, like in the queue and the ride itself. But I thought it was mildly disturbing that like everything was like life size, like including their like uniforms and stuff.
Oh.
That kind of freaked me out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, could you imagine a giant like full size like Mario walking up
that
to you?
would have been a little bit crazy, but also like
They do
would
have
you
characters walking around too.
Yeah, but like would you have preferred them be like a miniature?
No. I just like as I stood there and looked at it, I was like, I don't know if I would like them walking up to me like that, but yeah. No, I mean like the characters that they have walking around are not scary. They're fine.
No.
So
The
and they are
toad-
life size. The toad.
The toad is literally like 4.5 feet tall.
Yeah.
And his face is like 3 feet off the ground.
Yeah. He's great.
His arms are like 2 feet off the ground. He's so small. I don't know who they have in there.
Yeah.
But he was hilarious.
It's great. We got to see Toad. We didn't actually like meet Toad, but
we
we
just-
passed by and saw him.
We're not waiting in line
waddle
for
around.
meet and greet people.
Yeah, I want to be wait in line for meet and greet people,
Yeah.
but we're not quite there yet. We've got to bide our time until not bide our time, but we've got to use our time wisely.
Right. Well, especially when we're there to like do things for the first time.
Right.
We're like, we're not going to wait in line to like chat with an animatronic.
Sure.
Maybe next time.
Yeah. So the actual ride itself was, I thought it was great.
Well, it was great.
So essentially you put on like these goggles, and it definitely takes the first like, I don't know, minute of the ride to like get used to like looking around and stuff. I wasn't really worried about the game very much because it is a game, like it's an interactive game. I wasn't really worried about the game, and I'm glad that I wasn't.
Actually, now that I think about it, it's basically just an augmented reality shooter ride,
Yeah.
like Men in Black.
Yeah.
But instead of shooting at things in the practical set, you're shooting at targets on your
Right.
augmented reality goggles.
Right. So it
Because
definitely
it didn't move like a fast ride, like a race.
Yeah. So, and that would be my advice, like, to anyone who was going and riding it for the first time is, like, don't necessarily worry
Just don't
about
even worry
the
about it.
game. Like, don't worry about it.
Just
Just
enjoy the set.
enjoy the
Yeah.
ride, look around, like, see everything there is to see.
Because I feel like I missed a lot in
Yeah.
that ride. Because I was trying to play the game and I couldn't. I was like having a hard time figuring it out. I didn't even know until the end of it. Sorry. I didn't even know until the end of it that you could just look down and it would show you like your score and how many green shells you had to shoot at
Yeah.
things. You had to tell me that.
Yeah.
And it was like the end of the ride. And I had spent the whole ride being like, I don't know if I have any shells to shoot
Right.
at people.
Right. Yeah.
And I didn't even like enjoy all the sets.
Yeah. But it was really fun.
It was cool. That was probably my favorite like loading platform too.
Yeah.
Not that because sometimes the loading platforms are really cool.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're just loading platforms.
Sure.
But this one got me hyped because you come down into it and everything still looks like you're in like an animated Bowser's castle. Except there's like your standard carts are down there and you're going to get into them. And the music that was playing was from the Mario Kart Wii like character selection screen. Which I grew up with Mario Kart Wii because I'm a Wii generation kid. But the song was, again, just like the intro, like when you come into the land, it was like updated to like big band and it was like just pumping in there.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because the song by itself slaps and I
Yeah.
would have been just fine if they had just kept the song. But they made it 10 times better but in the arrangement. And I
Yeah.
was like, I could work down here all day.
Yeah.
I could load people into these cars and
Right.
just be bopping to this song.
Right,
It
yeah.
was so good.
Yeah.
So Super Nintendo World, did you want to share any thoughts about Minecart Madness real quick?
I would love to share some thoughts on Minecart Madness. We did get to ride Minecart Madness. We tried once, got out of line because it shut down, and then we ended up riding it a little bit later.
It was
in
a
the
weather
day.
delay, right?
It was
It
a
was
weather
lightning.
delay, yeah. Welcome to Florida. I did not like Minecart Madness. I did not like it. That was probably the only ride of the day that I didn't like. It just beats you up real bad.
It did beat you over the
It
head.
beats you up. It's really like rough and like the concept of the ride is really cool and really fun and borderline stressful, but cuz like the track like looks like it's, you know, broken and then you still keep going that way and, you know, stuff like that. So, it's very unpredictable, but I just wish that they would have made it a little bit smoother. I could have enjoyed it a little bit more. We
Yeah.
also got stuck on that one briefly, but
We did.
they got it moving again eventually.
Yeah.
So
It definitely puts the madness in Minecart Madness.
yep, you could say that.
It bangs you all up. I thought it was really fun because, especially because of like the unpredictable aspect of it.
Yeah.
That was like my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
Because like you go into like a dark room and you see the track go off to the right or off to the left, and then but it's also broken, and then you just like go down to the left
Yeah.
or to the on the other direction, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's like kind of scary.
It was
a little bit
yeah,
scary, but
yeah, it was cool. I enjoyed it. It was a pretty short ride. Also, it was sad because we got stopped on it on the outside, and then we pulled forward into like the last room that you're supposed to just roll through, and we got stuck in there, and so the projections and the animatronics didn't really work. They were all out of time, and like the music turned off, and like we got jump scared by like the Donkey Kong animatronic because it just turned on while we were sitting there.
yeah, it did.
So we kind of the whole last little showroom there was kind of a flop
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
but that was okay. So the next place we went into was Ministry of Magic.
Yeah. That's true. I kind of forgot that I mean, because we didn't ride anything there during the
Right.
day, so when we went, Ministry of Magic, Battle at the Ministry was down all day.
Right.
It was,
Yeah.
closed.
Everything was open except for Battle of the Ministry and Curse of the Werewolf.
Yeah.
Which was a little bit sad.
It was sad, but I don't know. I'm kind of glad we didn't have the stress of it during the day. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have the stress of like
Trying to get
at
in the
every single
virtual
time
queue.
slot trying to get into the virtual queue. Yeah. So I was kind of, I don't know. I was kind of like, I was really sad about it, but also not looking back on it, you know?
Mhm.
We just got to enjoy the day. So we went
Yeah.
to Ministry of Magic and we kind of walked around a little bit. noticed that there was a circus show.
Mm-hmm.
And so we made a mental note of that to come back later. And we went into, because you can do a walkthrough of the
Yeah.
Ministry of Magic, the inside of it, and you can go through the flue powder chimney
Yeah.
things. And so that was really fun. We did that.
I was a little bit disappointed by that area as a whole because like there wasn't that much like if you just go into like the outdoor parts of that area, there wasn't that much like magic to it.
Mm.
It was like it's just like the buildings, it's just like the nice like French buildings
Mm.
and it's cool.
Yeah.
And then there's like the tent from Fantastic Beasts, and if you go like over to the right, there's like the little entrance thing that you would use to get into the Paris Ministry of Magic. But I thought when they announced that they were doing the Ministry of Magic, that they were actually going to build like the Paris Ministry of Magic because it's
Oh,
beautiful.
yeah.
It's the one with like the giant like ornate
Yeah.
glass dome.
Yeah.
And it's like gorgeous. And I was
Yeah.
like, that is a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
They didn't do that.
Yeah, no.
Now, what they did do is they built a ride out of the British Ministry of Magic, which is also beautiful. And what they did is they built the main like cool area of the British Ministry of Magic with like all the statues and the green like tiles, the green and purple like iridescent tiles and all the offices. They built that, and technically it's in the queue for the ride Battle at the Ministry.
Yeah.
But they also just made it a viewing area. You don't even have to be in line for the ride. You can just go in there and look at it.
And that was
walk
really
around.
nice.
And
I
that was that yeah, that
I was
upped,
grateful for
that
that.
upped the whole area.
Yeah. Because the ride was closed
Right.
when we were there.
Right.
So
But
had
we
they
could
not
still go in and
Right.
enjoy it. You can still go see like the flue, the metro flue
Yeah,
chimneys.
I'm pretty sure there was a tour going on too where you could go up and you could look at the little
The
offices.
offices?
I'm like 90% sure. Yeah. We didn't do it,
I
but
was
I
thinking
heard
about
people
this.
talking about it.
I was thinking about this as I was going through my pictures the other day. So there's like, if you see pictures, you can see in the backgrounds of all the pictures behind like the statues and stuff. There's like kind of like the half circle like yellow tubes that go up that all have little offices in them. And there's like actual offices in them. Not like people working in there, but there's like desks and chairs and stuff. And then
Ceiling fans were on.
right,
and
yeah, there's like
the
ceiling
attention to
fans
detail
spinning.
was a little wild.
The
yeah.
one that's behind, so you know the single statue that's like on the far side of it,
Yes.
behind the big round statue.
Yep.
There's a ton of those offices back behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think those are miniaturized at all? Do you think
I thought
they're
that
like
was a screen.
really?
Yeah. I'll have to go back and like look at those again, but I thought
That would have been interesting.
that it was like a screen.
I don't. That seems like not a good idea though. Like if it's the backdrop for, not that it's a bad idea that it could have been a screen because I didn't notice. If it is a screen, it sure as heck didn't look like it to
Yeah.
me. So good job to them. I just feel like that's more technical issues that you could have than just building a practical set.
Sure.
I was like, I wonder, as I was looking back on it, I was like, I wonder if they just did some like forced perspective because it looks like there's a lot back there and a lot of offices like that are the same size as everything else, but just like multiplied by a lot and go high up into the sky.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I bet they just forced perspective, inventing words over here, that stuff, kind of like they did with like the Hogwarts castle. Like it's really not that big, but it looks like it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know if you had like noticed that or thought about it at all.
No, I did notice it, and I don't remember whether it was a picture where I thought it was a screen or whether it was in real life that I noticed, but I don't know why that is in my brain, but
That's interesting.
yeah. And then we came back to the Ministry of Magic later to see the circus show
Mhm.
in the tent. And that was a lovely surprise. I don't know what I was expecting. But it wasn't what we got.
Yeah.
It's definitely not what you expect. And it was really good.
It was really
really good. Yeah.
Yeah. What I thought was interesting
I
was
don't want to
that
give too many spoilers
Yeah.
about the
Yeah, for
show
sure, for
because
sure.
you should go see it for yourself. But
Universal has really good like special effects
Yeah.
shows,
Yeah.
and the stuff they build for them is very very cool.
Yeah.
Like if you've never seen the Bourne Stuntacular
Oh
at
my
Universal
gosh.
Studios, you
It's so
really
good.
should watch it.
Yeah.
Um, but both this show and the one at the How to Train Your Dragon section, they were similar in that they had like really big impressive animatronics and really cool puppets.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we won't say too much more about that.
Yeah.
The show is really very
It was
good.
really good,
Go
and
watch it,
you should
especially if
go
you're a
see it.
fan of the Fantastic Beasts movies, or even if you just thought they were okay.
Yeah.
You should watch it.
Yeah, because I wasn't a huge fan of those, but I
Mhm.
still, yeah, I really liked the
Yeah.
whole land and everything. So,
So they did a good job with the Ministry of Magic. I think it would have been cooler because like if you go in Diagon Alley, there's a couple different sections to it. There's like the main stretch
mhm.
with Gringotts Bank and all the crooked looking buildings. But then
Yeah.
if you go around to the other side, it's like, oh, there's this cool like canopy area, and I don't even know if you see that in the movies. But they built it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it would have been cool. I don't know. Now, they did do that with Super Nintendo World. Like you go in and you're in the Mario Kart or you're in the Mario area, and then there's like a second portal that takes you into Donkey Kong Country, which is like
I don't know if it's an official portal that takes you, but
it's not
it's
really
like
a
an
portal, but
informal
it's
portal.
yeah, it kind of is. I understand why they didn't do that. Why like they might not have wanted to do that with the Ministry of Magic.
Mhm.
Like have a separate like entrance to like the Paris section.
Yeah,
But I think that would have been cool.
sure.
But also that huge tract of land
Mhm.
that's like just open and cleared is right behind the Ministry of Magic.
So they're probably gonna add on.
So they could take that entrance to Paris thing that they did build, and they could build off the back of that
Yeah,
and build the huge Paris Ministry of Magic.
That'd be
Will they
cool.
do that? Probably not. But I
Yeah.
think it would be cool.
they do have a bunch of land cleared
They
back
have
there.
a huge section of land back
So
there.
who knows what they're
But
gonna
they
do?
could also fit a whole nother section of the park back there. Like they could build a whole
nother
new
land.
land.
Yeah.
It would be a little bit of a walk to get back there because you'd have to go in between Stardust Racers and the Ministry of Magic the whole way past both of those things
Yeah.
just to get over there.
Yeah.
So it would kind of make more sense to just add on to the back of Ministry of Magic.
So, anyways, the Ministry of Magic portion of the park, or the Harry Potter section of the park, we uh we basically saw the show and we went in to look at the inside of the Ministry of Magic, and that's pretty much all we did, other than
Yeah.
just kind of walk around and look at everything.
That
There
area was
was-
super dead too.
There,
Ooh, the band was cool.
yeah, there were. I was about to say that the band, they had like a brass band. They had like a trumpet, a
They were playing
trombone,
like jazzy music.
and it was really good.
I know we should have stopped and listened.
I know. Well, we were in line for the circus show
That's
at the
true.
time, so but we got to hear a little bit of it, and it was really good. Yeah. Moving on.
Next we
How to Train Your Dragon.
we went to next we did Stardust Racers.
Oh yeah, we did. Stardust Racers.
It's a good ride.
Yeah.
It's a good
You
ride.
actually, I don't think you liked it as much as I did.
I don't think I did.
Yeah.
You thought it was better than Velocicoaster.
I thought it was better than Velocicoaster.
I think that's a bold
Yeah,
statement.
I did.
And I think I might have agreed with you, except that I love the first half of Velocicoaster when you're going through the paddock
Yeah.
and like the jagged rocks and
Yeah.
the dinosaurs and everything.
Yeah.
I think that part is really cool because
See-
it's twisty, but it's fast and it's still really smooth. It doesn't feel like a twisty roller coaster.
Yeah.
But the set is so cool, and
Yeah.
I love a roller coaster in a good set.
I know you appreciate theming a lot. And it's
Yeah.
not that I don't appreciate theming, but a good ride is a good ride.
That's
and
true.
I think Stardust Racers did everything and more.
Yeah.
It's a launch coaster. There's like multiple launches, right? There's
Mhm.
like 2 or
There's at
3.
least 2.
The twistiness of like you literally could sit there and like watch the other train.
Oh,
Like
that's
the
what
whole
I did.
time. You can sit there and you can watch the other train and the people on it the whole time. And it felt like we were bonding. Okay.
With
And
the-
I know that we weren't.
With the people on the
They
other
were
train.
complete strangers, but it felt like we were bonding.
Dude,
And
I bonded with the dude across from me when we sat in the launch.
yeah.
Because you roll out and then you roll down around and back into this. The first launch tunnel is underneath the loading platform.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And that's like you get a good chance to like look over at the people across from
Yeah.
you. and be like, "Hey, what's up? You're going down."
Yeah.
And me and the other guy were like,
Yeah.
"Yeah."
See, bonding. That's what I'm saying. It's fun. Like that aspect of it I think is really fun and yeah, I liked it.
Do you go through that tunnel? No, that was a stupid question. I was like, "Do you go through that tunnel twice?" You don't.
No. No. Uh yeah, but yeah.
It was a good ride. It's really cool. So like, if you I don't if you don't know the history of like the dueling coasters at Universal, they had a roller coaster. I'll
You
do
don't
this really briefly.
No, you won't.
I will.
Okay.
They had a dueling roller coaster in Islands of Adventure for a long time since the park opened, and they replaced it with Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. It's not there anymore. And it was an inverted roller coaster where the track's above you, and the gimmick of it was that it had like three different points where they actually went like head to head, and then pulled away at the last second. And at one point, like your feet are like 18 inches apart or something crazy.
Yeah, that sounds stressful.
Yeah.
That sounds
So
scary.
and it ran for a long time. It
Yeah.
ran for like a good like 15 years.
Yeah.
Um, and then they ended up closing it because they had a couple incidents like in close proximity to each other, because people were in very close proximity to each other, hurling together on a roller coaster.
Yeah.
There's some puns for you.
Yeah.
Um, so they closed it. And this racing coaster doesn't have any like head to head stuff, but there are several occasions where the other roller coaster will just like flip over top of you,
Yeah.
and it's really cool.
It's really
It's really
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
People have been saying it's like best to sit in the back because you can get like the full view of all of those
Yeah.
intertwines with the other coaster.
So we were lucky. We got to ride it twice.
We rode it twice.
We rode it once during the day, and then
Yostert.
Yostert.
You only Stardust Racers twice. Yostert.
It was a long day. Yeah, so we got to ride it twice. And at night it was really cool. I mean, I don't think it's that different like during the day and at night because the track isn't lit up at all. It's just your like
The cars are
train
lit up. Yeah, the
that's lit
trains.
up. So I mean, I think it was just as cool as the second time. And you could definitely still see the other people like the whole time, which was I think the best part. So yeah, I thought it was pretty similar riding it at
It was dope.
daytime
It was a
versus
good
night.
ride. Um, we did go in How to Train Your Dragon though. Overall thoughts on the Isle of Berk.
The Isle of Berk. When we walked into that park, I was I definitely wasn't as like immersed
Mm-hmm.
as Super Nintendo World,
Yeah.
but I think the vibes are very different, obviously. So I don't know. I wasn't super impressed right off the bat,
Mm-hmm.
but then the more we walked around and the more we like looked at everything and like the attention to detail everywhere, like my impressed level kept going up and up
Mm-hmm.
and up as we like walked through it. So, yeah.
This just occurred to me.
Sure.
I think I think the choices for those four parks were genius. Not just because the IP is great and like there's so much you can do with them and everyone loves them, but also like compare them. There is so much color in Super Nintendo World and in Isle of Berk. And the other two are very bland. Like um Ministry of Magic is very just gray and like brick, and it's
Yeah.
not very colorful.
I mean, I think there's some color. They've got some beautiful flowers and things
Yeah.
over there, but
It
sure.
wasn't devoid of color, but like
Sure.
overall, it wasn't that colorful.
Yeah.
Dark Universe in Darkmoor is the same way except worse. It's all dark and it's dark grays and it's like we'll get there, but it was very dark in there.
Yeah.
But the other two lands were just uber colorful. Like
Mhm.
Super Nintendo World is just exploding with color everywhere.
Yeah.
And Isle of Berk was the same way. Everything is just painted all the zany colors of How to Train Your Dragon, and it was great. And I think those dichotomies between the different lands goes a long way too. That
Yeah.
just occurred to me.
I mean, I think the most impressive part of How to Train Your Dragon, the Berk, was just the dragons.
Mm-hmm. All the animatronics.
I
they were so
had
good.
seen videos, and they really just don't do them justice. Like, they're really good and
Yeah.
impressive to look at. I could sit there and look at that one sticking out of the cloud jumper.
Cloud jumper.
I could sit there and just watch that thing for like hours.
Was that your favorite
and
one?
be entertained. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I would love to also sit and just watch Toothless for hours and see like just how like he moves around and stuff. I think it's fascinating.
That one's crazy because it's interactive.
Yeah.
There's somebody just remote controlling Toothless, and he's actually
No,
like,
there's not. No, there's not.
I'm sorry. Toothless is really there.
Real. He's real.
He sneezed at me and it was hot. Like
What? He sneezed at me and it was hot.
I'm sorry. I was trying to make a pun because he's a dragon and they breathe fire. That came out very wrong.
Bam-wizzled.
I apologize. Bam-wizzled.
Yeah.
I got bam-wizzled by
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's a solid choice though for your favorite animatronic dragon.
Cloud jumper.
Cloud jumper. My favorite animatronic dragon was the Gronkle in the shop.
Yeah.
Because
you keep geeking out about that
okay,
one.
that's because he's actually in the movie.
Yeah.
Like in How to Train Your Dragon 2, he's like just laying there in Gobber's shop, and Gobber's like, "Oh, you lazy whatever."
Yeah.
He's like, "The fire's dying," and the Gronkle just like lazily like lifts his head up and just goes, and just like spits a glob of lava into the fire.
Yeah.
And it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
And just the way it moved, it was just like straight out of that scene from the movie. Yeah. And it was wonderful.
Yeah.
It looked so good.
Yeah.
Also, like, some of these dragons lend themselves to animation very well, but the way they brought them into, like, they didn't just look like animated dragons, but they also still looked cartoonish in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was
they
really
just did
cool.
such a good job.
Yeah, they did.
All the puppets, all the animatronics, they were so good.
We didn't get to see the little one that comes out and does a little show.
Oh yeah,
the
baby Night Furies.
Yeah, we didn't get to see those, and we also obviously didn't get to see any of the drone dragons.
They didn't have those.
Yeah, but everything else, and we also saw the show that was there.
We did.
We saw, what's it called? The Untrainable Dragon.
The Untrainable Dragon.
Also, great show. If you have the chance to go see it, you should.
That one, it was very good. The parts that were good were very good. There were parts that were just kind of could have been improved.
That show was clearly meant for children, I think. So, going in as adults.
That's fair.
We thought that some of the lyrics to the songs were a little bit.
They could have done much better on the songs.
But again, I am able to step back and be like, you know what, it's meant for kids, and I think that would be fun for them. But I thought they did a pretty good job, like acting and everything. And
all that being said, we were sitting in the theater like crying.
Yep.
Because of the special, like the effects that they pulled in that show were beautiful.
And what's crazy is that I had seen a video of that too many years ago.
I had assumed it was from Beijing.
From Beijing, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Beijing.
I think it's Beijing. Universal Beijing.
Yeah. I had seen clips from their show, and so I knew it was coming, and I knew what to expect, and yet I still sat there and cried.
Cried like babies.
Yeah. Again, it's just that like magical. It was just magic.
Bro,
like,
they sold it.
Yeah.
They sold it hard.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to like what I was saying earlier, is that like the magic of feeling like, I don't know, just the childish sort of.
You let yourself be deceived. It's like when you go to a magic show and it's all illusions, it's all smoke and mirrors, it's all tricks, but you can kind of let yourself like just get lost in the mystery and be like, I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
It's just magic.
It's just magic.
Like it felt like that at this theme park.
Yeah, it did.
And it's like how they do it, but you don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you really don't.
You don't care.
You really don't. And even like, well, yeah, we can get into it when we talk about Monsters Unchained, but.
Okay, we rode, there are 3 rides and 1 show in Isle of Berk. We only rode one of the rides, but bruh.
Don't say bruh like that. It was really good. It was surprising. We were caught off guard at how good it was.
Uh-huh.
It was Hiccups Wing Gliders?
Hiccups Wing Gliders.
Hiccups Wing Gliders. Don't sleep on that ride. It is
Bruh,
not
so
just a kid ride.
it's like a family roller coaster, you
Like,
know?
kids can ride it, and they
Yeah.
should. But also,
Yeah.
it was fast. It was smooth. It was fun. Like, there was a little animatronic, two
Mhm.
animatronics that you could see depending on whether you were in the front or the
It had
back.
like a fun little story. It had
Yeah.
some classic gimmicks. Like one of the things that's so cool about Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure is that it has all these extra things that you're starting to see them more and more in new roller coasters. But like backwards parts, drops, like things where the track switches and you go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Those kinds of you're starting to see them more, but they're like special things that aren't on most roller coasters.
Yeah.
And this one had a couple of those.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting it. I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
The exploding Gronkle eggs was a funny thing because that's like they didn't really get into that in the movies. They might have in like the third one. I don't really remember. But they got into it. They got into that in like the Netflix How to Train Your Dragon Riders of Berk series. Which is
So it's
so
like
I thought that was
Not everyone would know
right.
that's...
But it was an established thing if you've like seen a lot of the How to Train Your Dragon stuff and not just the movies.
Yeah.
So that was like a fun thing. Then I'm like, I
Yeah.
knew Gronk Legs exploded.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
But,
that ride
I
was
mean,
so fun, and we did
listen.
it at night. It's probably fun during the day.
Yeah. So, you're zooming really fast. It was another launch coaster, right? They
Yeah.
launch you. You're going fast. The wind is hitting your face and they're blaring the song. The song. What is it called?
Just
Like the
just the
dun
theme.
dun 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 dun. Like I literally, if I could have gotten chills on the ride, I probably would have, because they're just blaring that music. You're zooming super fast, like, I don't know. There's all,
It
and
was
of course it's
fantastic.
through the How to Train, like it's through Burke. Like the
Yeah.
ride goes through Burke,
You
so
go-
you're still
yeah.
seeing everything, and like,
You go like over the place where people are walking and like over the water a little bit.
yeah,
But then there's like a couple hidden sets that you can't even see from anywhere else.
yeah.
On the island.
So it was really cool. We almost didn't ride it.
Yeah.
And we're really,
it was a last
really
minute thing.
glad that we did. We're really
Dude, it
glad
was
that
so
we
good.
did.
Yeah, don't sleep on Hiccups Wing Gliders.
Yeah. They were really fun. It was really fun.
fantastic. So Isle of Berk was fantastic.
We also had we tried the viral
The mac and
bread,
cheese
mac and
cones?
cheese cones. We both got the PB&J.
They're so good.
They're viral for a reason. Like some viral, like things that go viral on TikTok, you're like, that's not worth the hype.
I thought it was viral because it was like a cool gimmick, you know?
Yeah, no. It's just
They're
good.
delicious.
They're just
the mac
really
and cheese was
good,
great.
yeah.
The pulled pork was fantastic. And the bread cone itself, I was not prepared to be surprised by.
Yeah, the bread was...
It was so buttery, and
Yeah.
there's like an everything seasoning like all over it.
Yeah.
Like they didn't just use a little bit.
I also feel like there was a decent amount of pulled pork in it.
There was a lot. Yeah, it went down. It wasn't just sitting on top. It went
Yeah.
like down in it like a drumstick.
Yeah. So, like, you're kind of paying a lot for it, but it's worth it. Also, saving you guys, because we didn't know this, they don't just have the bread cone at the place that everybody gets the bread cone. Like, where did we get it? It was a little, like, it's not a pop-up, but it's like a little...
It's the main place that you get it is Grog and Gruel's
Yeah.
like stand.
But
whatever.
they sell it other places.
But they sell it at the Spitfire Grill, which is
Yeah.
also in Burke, and they also sell it at the Meteor Astro Pub.
So if there's
in
a
Celestial
shorter
Park.
wait somewhere else, like, get it somewhere else. Like, don't... Because we waited a bit.
We waited a minute, yeah,
to
for
get
that.
ours.
Everyone's getting the same thing.
It was worth it,
They've
though.
all seen the YouTube videos. They know
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah. But that was worth the hype, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, for sure.
Anything else about How to Train Your Dragon?
I mean, the actors doing the characters are really good.
They are, yeah.
You had beef with Astrid because she was wearing too much makeup.
Astrid would not be wearing makeup at all. She wouldn't be wearing makeup. So it does really irritate me to see these actresses walking around in a bunch of, like, makeup. Like, that she had, like, lipstick on and everything. And I'm like, no, Astrid was such a tomboy. She would never... So I definitely have a little bit of beef with that. And the way that the actress played her in the stage musical was a little much for me as well. She was a little too girly, like a little too Disney princessy. Again, I mean, I think that's fun for the kids. I don't think it's that accurate to her as a person.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyways, I digress. Shoot, they were still good. They were still really good. We got to see briefly Rough Nut and Tough Nut.
They're
I
so
mean,
fun.
everyone's seen them on the internet at this point,
Yeah.
but they're just super good. Like, all the variations of them that I've seen are really, really good.
Gobber was the only one that didn't really sound anything like the character, but also like
I think he sounded enough like Gobber, I think. And he was a hefty dude, like, so I thought I don't
probably wearing
know.
a thick suit.
I was pretty convinced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did a good job.
Yeah.
There's one more land.
One more land.
Dark Universe.
Dark Universe.
The town of Darkmoor.
Yeah. So our experience kind of walking into this park was really interesting. A funny thing kind of happened that enhanced our impression of it.
Are you just talking about the
weather.
atmosphere?
It
Okay,
was
yeah.
really
So
funny.
it was an overcast day already. Like it was like there was a chance of rain. It was kind of cloudy, so it was nice. It wasn't like burning hot. But when we walked into Darkmoor, which was the second place or the third, no, this was like the last place we went. It was like 3 p.m. And it got like significantly cloudier and darker as soon as we walked through that portal, which was just like I didn't even notice it because that's what it's supposed to be in Darkmoor. It's supposed to just be cloudy and overcast and dreary and gross. And I didn't even notice it. Like we were in there for a solid hour and a half before I like looked outside, like past the castle, the manor, excuse me. Igor would never. To like the Helios Hotel outside, and I saw like the clouds over the hotel, and I'm like, why is it cloudy over there? And then I was like, oh, it's cloudy everywhere. I just didn't notice because we're in this dark town.
Yeah.
And I thought that was kind of just funny.
Yeah. I thought that theming in that part of the park was really cool. The attention to detail was great. Like there was overgrown plants and spoopy tombstones and all kinds of stuff everywhere, like around every corner.
Did you notice like the gate, like the broken gate that was like the catacombs?
No, I don't think I did.
It was one of the first things you passed when you're walking through. It was on the left.
Gotcha.
I noticed that when we were walking through, and then it ended up being a part of the Monsters Unchained story, which I thought was really cool.
You know what I'm thinking as I'm sitting here? We saw a lot of face characters out and about.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know like how many like rotations of them they have, but like they must be out a big chunk of the day. Because we saw Rough Nut and Tough Nut. I think we saw Astrid at one point out walking around. I don't know if we saw
Astrid, but we were in there twice.
Yeah. We saw Gobber in his shop.
At the end of the
we
day.
saw Igor. We saw
I don't think we saw Igor.
the
we
Invisible
just saw
Man.
him walking by.
Yeah, we saw Igor. We just didn't.
we didn't see him
stop
interacting with anybody.
Yeah.
We saw the Invisible Man.
We saw the Invisible Man.
We saw. I don't think we saw Peach. Did we see? No, we did see Peach.
We saw Toad.
We saw Toad and we saw Peach. We did not see Mario.
Yeah, or Luigi.
We did not see Donkey Kong.
Right. But anyways, I was just thinking about that as we were talking about it because I was like, we passed Igor and we saw the Invisible Man, and I feel like I don't know, they're out a lot, which is really impressive. I am worried. I'm worried that it's not like Disney. They don't have like, at least nowhere in sight, they don't have like a, what's that called?
A handler?
Like a handler with them to like crowd control and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm worried
Fend
that
off the weirdos.
people are gonna abuse that. You know what I mean? I've already seen videos. So listen, be respectful.
Take care of the actors.
Take care of the actors.
So that they can keep their jobs.
They just want to do their jobs, and don't harass them. Don't it makes me upset that people are doing that. But yeah. So I hope that the next step is they'll have some handlers nearby at least, so that they can if someone's being mean to them, they can I worry about them.
So my favorite things about Darkmoor was the catacombs. I thought that was cool. And the landscaping in Dark Universe was hilarious because it wasn't like nice trees and bushes and flowers like they have everywhere else. It was just like weeds and like tall overgrown grass and grass like spilling over the rocks because it needs cut.
Yeah.
and it was hilarious. They had like a well with they had a well with like steam
Fog coming out
fog
of
coming
it.
out of
Yeah.
it.
The
And the
castle is
manor was very impressive.
yeah, the castle is really impressive.
Looked good at night too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, let's talk about Monsters Unchained.
Monsters Unchained. What a roller coaster. I thought the queue was
It's
fun.
not a roller coaster for those of you who
It's a
don't know.
4D, 3D, 4D.
You just said what a roller coaster, so I thought I'd clarify before we got into it.
Oh yeah, it's not a roller coaster. It's a dark ride. It's a 4D dark ride. Did we wear we didn't wear goggles for that.
No.
Glasses. Yeah.
It's not 4D.
So
because there's no 3D aspects of it. It's not
feels like
okay.
it.
Transformers and Spider-Man are 4D dark rides.
Right.
Because there's screens that you wear goggles for
Yeah.
with 3D images, and they like spray water and wind at you, so it's 4D.
Yeah. So my thoughts, I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really cool ride. I think it was a ride that I was grateful that we rode more than once.
Yes, for sure.
Because my initial takeaway, it was a lot. The storyline wasn't super clear. And like I said, the first time we rode it, I got really caught off guard. One of the times that we like got kind of like tossed backwards, and I like whacked my head pretty good, and there's no like cushiony like there is on like Forbidden Journey behind your head. And so that I was like thinking about that for like half of the ride the first time we rode it, which was kind of a bummer. But so I'm glad that we got to ride it a second time, and I could like, you know, be ready for that and not focus. Well, I guess I was still focused on it, but I paid more attention to the storyline the second time around. And yeah, so it's definitely a lot. That ride is a little overstimulating, but like in a good way, I guess. The animatronics are insane. I've never seen anything like that ever, and I probably won't anywhere else ever again. They just look real. They just look real. Now we didn't know this until after the fact, but we had actually seen one of the like Plan B or whatever they call them, like Plan B.
It was the Plan B pre-show.
Pre-show, yeah. So with Frankenstein and Victoria, or Dr.
Victoria.
Dr. Victoria. We actually saw Victoria on a screen and not the animatronic. The animatronic was just like covered up. So I didn't even know that she was back there until after the fact, and someone explained that, and I was like, oh. So it was kind of, you know, they did a good job with Plan B, because I didn't even, you know,
didn't
really
realize
notice.
there was a Plan A.
So yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, we were like watching somebody else's YouTube video the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, when this animatronic isn't working, they just have it covered up by a sheet and they play a video on a screen." And we were like, "Oh, that's what it was when we were there."
And like we
had no idea.
Well, I definitely noticed that the screen situation, like the thing that was covering the animatronic, like I noticed that it was there. It was like a big black thing,
just a curtain.
And it was kind of odd to me that it was there,
I
especially
didn't even
since
notice it.
I'm pretty sure there was something behind that happened with the other character that's in the story.
Oh, like Dracula?
Dracula. I'm pretty sure something happened
yeah.
back there, but again, like we didn't really notice because like we couldn't see it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Now don't quote me on that, but okay, what were your thoughts on?
So Monsters Unchained. This one has stuck with me. Like, I think about this ride often.
Really?
Yeah.
It didn't with me that much. Like, I thought it was really, really cool and impressive, and I definitely will not see anything like it ever again. But it doesn't keep me up at night.
No, well, it's just, I don't lay awake thinking about it. But, like, when I think about our trip to Epic Universe, I think about this ride a lot.
Really?
Yeah. So, I was definitely with you on the first one. The first time we rode it, I was like...
Also, this is very interesting to me because I like dark themed things way more than he does, generally speaking. So I'm actually surprised that I was not a huge fan of the ride and you are. But anyways, continue.
Well, I mean, the other thing was, like, we did not grow up with the Universal Monsters movies.
We did
like
not,
Creature of the
no.
Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
Or
that's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
Dracula.
Yeah.
The Mummy.
Yeah.
Like, we watched The Mummy for the first time last year.
Because we like the ride so much.
Because we like the ride at Universal Studios.
Yeah.
So we did not have any prior attachment to these IP. The queue is very impressive. I loved walking through the manor. It was dark. It was scary. It was very bright. If you have epilepsy, beware.
I mean, yeah, they should warn you. They do warn you ahead of time. Like, don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's like coils running through all these different rooms that just flash blue. They just strobe blue really brightly. So seizure warning. The ride itself, though, the first time we rode through it, I was like, okay, this was a lot to take in. I didn't really understand all of it, and I knew there were a couple animatronics that weren't like functioning properly. So I knew there was a little bit that I was missing anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But it was cool because in the pre-show, she was like, "We're gonna take you down into the catacombs and do this experiment, the catacombs beneath Darkmoor." And I was like, "Oh, I saw the entrance to that out in the town," and I thought that was cool. The second time we rode it, though, I could really just like appreciate the high definition screens and the way everything looked 3D.
Mm-hmm.
The animatronics were very, very cool. They
Yeah.
were very good. And really the story just wasn't as complicated as I had thought it was the first
Sure.
time.
Yeah.
So I could just appreciate it, and I could just look at the intricacies and get thrown around by the ride vehicle. I'm notorious for leaning into the ride. Like on like a simulator or a motion
Like
simulator.
borderline too much.
I'll like lean in and I'll like be doing this. Be like,
He got
"Whoa."
yelled at one time on Minion Mayhem. It's
Yeah.
a long story, but
Anyway, yeah. So I did not have the getting thrown back against the back of the seat problem. Like
I still do think that they
I
should
did.
put like
Yeah.
like squishy little things behind you.
And the other thing that was great about this ride is that it doesn't have like if you ride Forbidden Journey, which is the exact same type of ride, the ride vehicle comes all the way over the top of you, and you can't see up, and you can't really see to the sides. But this one, it's all open up here, so you can look around, and I liked it.
I have thoughts on that too, because initially when we got off of that ride, I was like, it bothered me how much you could like see the other ride vehicles and like you could see other things like
Yeah.
in the room, like and whatnot. And at first that really bothered me because I thought about Forbidden Journey and I thought about how well they like most of the time they hide the other ride vehicles and they hide. And then it dawned on me when we went to Universal, like when we went to what was it? Islands of Adventure, wherever Forbidden Journey is.
Islands of Adventure.
We went and did that ride again, and I was thinking, it doesn't actually bother me because they show you ahead of time that this is just Igor,
Yeah.
like controlling these random like
These
things.
things, yeah.
You know what I
through the
mean?
experiment.
And it's not supposed to be like any sort of magic or any
Uh-huh.
sort of. And so I think that when I stopped and thought about it a little bit more, it actually doesn't bother me to see those because you're just experiments like,
Yeah.
being tossed around and whatnot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It bothered me at first, but it doesn't. Upon further consideration, I think it's fine.
What stuck with me a lot about those was just the screens, like the visuals.
Mm.
The screens were so good, and everything looked really crisp, and just really clean.
Yeah.
And the animation was good. It was like, yeah, it just turns into like an all-out brawl between like these characters and all
Yeah.
the monsters and like these demons that are flying around and stuff.
Yeah. Something else
I
that
thought I really liked it.
Yeah, something else that I also really appreciate about Epic Universe, specifically the monsters section, is that when me and my sister went to the Harry Potter sections of the park at Universal
Mm-hmm.
years and years and years ago, it was like 2016 or something. The employees, like even in the food places, like the restaurants and stuff, were very much in character. Not all of them, but most of them were like in character. So they would ask you questions about your house and, they would be in the world. Now that's gone by the wayside, I think, in a lot of, besides the people who are intentionally, the actors, I would say, who are intentionally walking around and like interacting with people, most of, if you go sit down in the Three Broomsticks, like the employees are not going to talk to you more than they have to, first of all. And second of all, like, they're not going to be in character in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I really appreciated in the monsters section, I feel like they're kind of bringing that back in the fact that, like, even the, like, waiters and stuff, not waiters, but the employees, like, in the restaurants over there and stuff
Yeah.
were very much spoopy and in
Yeah,
character and
they're
a little
allowed to
bit
be mean to
odd,
you.
and yeah, and it was fun. It's very immersive, and I really appreciated that they were trying to like bring that back for this, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought Dark Universe was cool. The Burning Blade Tavern was cool.
We got one of those pretzel steak
We did
things
get
that's
the pretzel
covered,
sticks.
smothered in garlic and butter and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
It was good.
It was good.
Yeah, it wasn't as crispy as I'd hoped,
I thought it was good.
but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
One thing that I thought, so the Super Nintendo world, it's all walled in.
Yeah.
It's the only land out of the four of them that's completely just walled in.
Yeah.
Like you can't see in it from the outside, and you can't see out of it from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very cool, but it is one of the first things you see when you walk into the park. If you go to the right or to the left direction.
Yeah.
And I thought it threw off the vibe just a little bit because it's like they didn't even really try to hide it with like trees or
You
anything
mean from
like
the
that.
outside or
From the outside of the world, yeah. Not from the outside of the park.
interesting?
Like
I didn't really notice that.
from Celestial Park into Super
Yeah.
Nintendo World.
I guess I just wasn't paying attention.
Like we were walking around Epic Universe and I was like, there's a lot of walls here.
Mm.
And the more I walk around the other two parks, I see that too. Like,
Yeah.
you see a lot of fake walls, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But the Super Nintendo world was just a big one because the entire thing is just walled in
Yeah.
with like 100-foot walls.
Do you think it's worth it though to be fully immersed on the inside? Like I think that's a fair exchange. Like a little bit of
I
ugly
think it
walls on the
is.
outside.
I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
I think it also is a little bit extra contrasted with how wide open Celestial Park is.
Mm.
And so maybe that might get a little better when like
Yeah,
the trees are
trees
growing
grow up,
in
yeah.
for Celestial Park and
Yeah.
whatnot, because everything's like new
Yeah.
foliage and bushes and stuff. So a lot of the trees are kind of little.
We also rode, kind of moving out and back into Celestial Park. We also
Constellation
rode the
Carousel.
Constellation Carousel, and I thought it was really
It
cute.
was so fun. It is
Now-
such a cool spin on a carousel.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing like, it's just a little carousel. Like, it's a kid ride, But we rode it together, and I thought it was lovely. And something about like a bunch of adults on a carousel is really entertaining to me.
Mhm.
And I think I don't know. It's like this weird bonding experience. Like, we're all adults, but we're also here to ride a carousel
Yeah.
together. You know what I mean? And
It
I
was-
think that
yeah.
that's really fun.
But it was also by far the most interesting carousel I've ever been on.
Oh,
so
for
it
sure.
doesn't move like a regular carousel, like where everything just spins around the middle. It's a giant turntable. There isn't even a center pillar in the middle. There's a thing like coming down from the ceiling that spins, and that was cool. But you're on a giant turntable, and there's like 4 more smaller turntables inside the big turntable. So it's like
Everything is spinning, and
it's
then
like
each individual thing is
it's
spinning.
like a slow moving merry mixer or a scrambler.
Yeah.
But your things are going up and down at the same time.
Also, something that was really cool was that like it was timed to the music,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the same song every
Yeah.
time. It was
Supposedly
different
there's 7
songs.
different songs.
7 different songs. Okay.
They're all beautiful.
Yeah.
All the music in Epic Universe was fantastic.
It was.
Obviously, they didn't have to re-record anything for How to Train Your Dragon. They just pulled stuff straight from the movie because it's already a masterpiece.
Yeah.
The music in Super Nintendo World was great. I didn't really notice much in Darkmoor, except they did have the violin guys in there
They did.
playing like creepy classical music
Yeah.
on like violins,
Yeah.
and that was cool.
They also had a violinist in Celestial Park.
And they had a violinist in Celestial Park playing more like Lindsey Sterling type stuff.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Yeah. We ate at Pizza Moon
We ate at
for
Pizza
dinner.
Moon.
The pizza was great. We got 2 whole pizzas, which was a mistake. We should not have gotten 2 whole pizzas because we
We
didn't
ate
really
most of
finish it
them.
all.
We
We
ate
got
a pizza and a half.
what? I don't remember what 2 pizzas we
It was
got.
the barbecue chicken one
Barbecue chicken,
and the just a pepperoni.
just a pepperoni. They were really
It
good.
was good.
Yeah. We
It was
sat
better
outside.
it was better than the pizza at the other parks.
That's true. Yeah.
We just had Louis at Universal Studios last weekend.
Yeah.
And it wasn't as good as Pizza Moon.
And the fountain show.
The fountain show was very cool.
The fountain show was really, really cool. I guess I'd never seen like a legit fountain show before because I was just sitting there baffled about how tall
Yeah,
the
it was
water
huge.
goes.
Well, that was another thing. Like I'd seen it in videos, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't look that cool. In person, it's very cool.
Yeah.
And
Also, time to the
especially
music,
at
of
night when
course.
they light it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fun
It
time.
was really pretty. I feel like there's something else I was gonna say about Celestial Park, but I don't remember
The
anymore.
trees.
The trees, there's a
shade.
lovely like grassy area like around the fountain, which I also
Yeah.
really appreciate. I think especially like once the trees grow up and there will be a little bit of shade over there
That would
and
be very cool.
it'll be cool. Yeah. Yeah.
That was the bulk of our day.
Yeah. It did rain a little bit mid-afternoon, so we had a
did,
little bit of
yeah.
time to sit down and chill out, which was nice. What did we walk that day? We walked like 8 miles or
Yeah,
something.
it was like 24,000 steps.
Be prepared
It
to
was like
walk.
8.4
I mean,
miles.
we also went back and forth between parks a lot.
Yeah.
We went back into the portal and then out and then back in
That
a
was
couple
one of
of
my
times.
other thoughts was like
Which one?
Well, I was actually surprised. I expected the walking between things to feel a lot more laborious than it was because it's not a walk through park.
Yeah.
It's not like Islands of Adventure where you can just go around in a loop and see everything.
Yeah.
It's like you go over here and then you go over there and then you have to come back out into the middle and go over here.
Yeah.
But
which is
it was
why
actually,
I figured Celestial Park would be busier than it was.
Yeah,
You know what I
you'd
mean?
catch
Because you
people in
have
transit.
to pass through there. But it really wasn't. It wasn't busy at all.
Yeah, but I don't know. They made it really easy to just cut right across it, to cut right through. Like Celestial Park is kind of in a big figure 8 anyway.
Yeah.
Because there's like a pool and stuff. There's like a there's a pool, little lake pond around the Atlantic, and then there's the fountain by the Helios. But you can go in between them. So I felt like they did a good job making it easy to get between places.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel that laborious.
It really didn't. No.
We were also just happy to be there.
We
so
were. We were very excited.
We've been looking forward to it for a while.
Yeah. Any last thoughts?
That's pretty much it. It's the kind of park you could Lennon. It's the kind of park you could spend a lot of time talking about. So I think it's a good.
This was a good introduction.
Entrance to the podcast.
And it will not be the last time, I'm sure, that we talk about Epic Universe, because we'll probably talk.
We'll reference it here
Universal
and there.
things.
We're huge Universal people, and so we'll spend some more time talking about theme parks and other various theme parks that we've been to and whatnot. But also, there are plenty of hot takes to get into with our Star Wars fandom and Marvel and all the kinds of stuff. We just saw Thunderbolts recently.
Yeah, and we've got thoughts.
We always got thoughts.
Yeah. Also, this is the first episode. I'm definitely not a fan of this lighting. We gotta fix that for next time.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe
we need to come up with like
earlier.
a little like catchphrase. That's what I was thinking earlier. Like we need to come up with like a little not a catchphrase, but like a little intro. Like, grab a blanket and a snack, settle in.
Yeah.
And throw pillows. But I don't know. I just want to come up with something cute, like. Because that's what I want for this,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's cozy, grab a pillow. No. Did I say pillow? Grab a blanket.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, grab a blanket and, like, a snack. And settle in.
Uh-huh.
And here we go.
Okay, I'm not opposed.
Obviously, we can make it better than that for next time.
I'll ask ChatGPT.
No, you're not going to ask ChatGPT. Anyways, an outro. Thanks for hanging out with us, because at the end of the day, we're just hanging out, talking about nerd stuff that we do and we like. So
if you have any questions, let us know. We'll talk about stuff that you want us to talk about.
Yeah.
So check it out.
Yeah.
Drop it in whatever comments you can find.
And we don't know when the next episode will be, but we'll let you guys know.
Mm-hmm. But that's it.
But
thanks for being here.
Thanks for hanging out. We really appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next time. Yeah. Well, okay.
You're not going to do that every time.
No, I know. Okay. Thanks for hanging out, guys. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.